Hello, and welcome to Elderberry 101. So, my name is Chantel Delaney. I am a certified herbal practitioner and product educator for M Squared, and I am pretty excited to be talking to you today about one of my favorite herbs. Elderberry is a very special herb. It's typically used for colds and flus, and although there's no one size fits all remedy for illness, supporters of elderberry, like myself, say that the fruit is one of nature's most versatile solutions for whatever ails you. And it's definitely true. The herb itself, there are many different species of elder plants around the world. There's about 30 different types of them, but there are two that tend to be used in herbal medicine. So the European version, also known as Sambucus nigra, is one of the most commonly found ones in herbal remedies. But Sambucus canadensis, which is the one native to Canada, has some pretty special advantages over the European elderberry that I'm going to talk about in a moment. So, elderberry's history of medicinal use dates back as far as 400 BC, and Hippocrates, who's considered the father of medicine, called the elder tree his medicine chest. So, even Hippocrates loved elderberry. So, in folk and herbal medicine today, elderberry is considered one of the world's most healing plants. So the berries and the flowers of the elderberry bush are used in herbal medicine. They're packed with antioxidants and vitamins that can help boost your immune system. They can also help with inflammation, which is the base of all disease. They help to lessen stress, and they protect your heart too. So lots of experts recommend elderberry to help prevent and ease cold and flu symptoms. That's its most common use. And there's actually a really interesting study that I was just reading on PubMed, where 60 patients that were aged 18 to 54, they were all suffering from influenza symptoms for less than 48 hours, so we still consider that the onset of symptoms. They were enrolled in a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study during the influenza season of 1999 and 2000. This took place in Norway. So patients received 15 milliliters, so that's a tablespoon, of elderberry or placebo syrup 4 times a day for 5 days, and they recorded their symptoms and the severity of their symptoms. So symptoms were relieved on average 4 days earlier than with the ones using elderberry than the ones that weren't. So, and also the use of what they call rescue medication, so more serious medication, was significantly less in those who were receiving elderberry extract compared to the placebo. So elderberry extract really offers an efficient and safe and definitely cost-effective treatment for influenza. And there's lots of studies out there showing how effective it is at reducing the duration and the severity of symptoms from influenza. In addition to being used for colds and flus, it's also used to treat constipation. It's good for joint and muscle pain. It helps with any upper respiratory infection or anything that's affecting your quality of breath. It's good for headaches. It's good for fevers. It's good for kidney problems. It's great for minor skin conditions as well. People use it for preventing outbreaks from herpes simplex virus. It's also good for stress. So the berries are especially nutritious. They're very high in vitamin C, bioflavonoids, vitamin A, beta-carotene, iron, and potassium. They're quite high in vitamin C, higher than citrus fruits, higher than blueberries. There's 52 milligrams thereabouts of vitamin C per cup of berries. There's also a nice amount of dietary fiber as well, so they could be considered a superfood. They're a really unique herbal remedy in that they have both surface and immune stimulating properties. Surface and deep immune stimulating properties. So to learn more about that, you can check out the video that we posted just this past Tuesday. It's called Deep Immunity, where we talk about the difference between deep immune stimulating herbs and surface immune stimulating herbs. Elderberries have antiviral properties, and they're particularly good at fighting that influenza family of viruses. but their dense nutrient properties also make them useful for illness prevention and bolstering your immune system during cold and flu season, which is right now. So there are multiple species of elderberry in the world, as I mentioned. Sambucus canadensis is the one that is native to the north, native to here in Canada, and it's the one that's grown and harvested by Suro. So Suro was Canada's first organic grower of elderberries in North America. So the European elderberry that I mentioned earlier is the one that you typically see in elderberry supplements, especially if they're coming from another country. That species of elderberry contains a compound that's called sambu nigrin. I might be saying that wrong, but sambu nigrin is it's a compound that gives you some stomach trouble if it's not neutralized by cooking. So any elderberry product that's made with European elderberry requires heat and cooking to neutralize that compound. I believe it's in like the cyanide family. So if it's not cooked, if those berries aren't cooked and heated, it can cause some pretty serious digestive upset like nausea, vomiting, and constipation. So it's no fun. The beauty of Sambucus canadensis, so our Canadian elderberry, is that it does not contain this compound. It doesn't contain sambunagrin, so it doesn't require heating and cooking to be safely consumed. You can actually create a raw elderberry product from it without any risk of digestive upset. So that's pretty special. That's a huge advantage because raw elderberry is going to have all of the enzymes and volatile oils, and everything is going to be intact. So all of its medicinal value is there, and it's intact because it's raw. Nothing gets destroyed by heat. So Suro's elderberry products are made with raw elderberries, so they have a greater benefit than other brands who have to cook their berries. So this is special. Where this preparation method really shines is in this product that's in my hand. This is Suro's 5-to-1 elderberry concentrate. So this is a really cool product. So they freeze dry the elderberries, locking in those nutrients, preserving all of those enzymes and volatile oils and all the good stuff. So the product is truly raw. The 5-to-1 ratio is also pretty incredible. So 1 milliliter of this concentrate, you're getting 5,000 milligrams worth of elderberry. So that is great. It's a really, really nice dose, and you can adjust that dose for the whole family. There's a great little guide on here for how much to give any age group starting at 2 years old. So really, really great product. They don't add anything else. It's just elderberry. So I love that for kids. I love that for women who are pregnant. It's very safe. Really, really great tool to have in your immunity tool belt this time of year. So once the bottle is open, because there's nothing in here to preserve it, it does need to be consumed within about 4 weeks. So it needs to be refrigerated, and it needs to be consumed within a month. If you're concerned about not getting through that bottle within that month, I recommend freezing a portion of it. So that's actually a really great thing to do anyway, especially if you're a smoothie person. So a great tip is to use an ice cube tray and put your daily dose, your 1 milliliter or 2 milliliters or whatever of Suro in each cup in your ice tray, and you can add water or coconut milk or almond milk or whatever you're putting in your smoothie. If you're also using maybe like a chlorophyll or something like that, you could throw that in there as well, or your dose of greens if it will fit, and freeze them. And then when you're making your smoothie, you just throw one of these ice cubes in there with your elderberry and whatever else you want to add to it. So it's super convenient. It's a really great way to make sure you're preserving the product and getting through to use the whole bottle, and making a delicious smoothie as well. So I love that. Very easy to do, and it combines well with the other ingredients that you might be wanting to put in your smoothie. They also have this really great DIY kit. This is a new product that came out this year. So you can make your own elderberry gummies at home. So it comes with a really cute gummy bear mold. This is it right here, and it's one of these silicone ones, so it's really easy to pop them out. And it comes with a dropper, so you can drop your mixture right in there. It's really, really easy. It's also got a recipe card and then the bottle of concentrate. So this bottle, which is a 118 ml bottle, is enough to make about 200 gummies. So you can make a nice big batch with this bottle. So really, really great value. It's way cheaper than any bottle of gummies that you would buy at a store. Plus, it's kind of fun to make it. And to make future batches afterwards, you can just replace your concentrate. So you'd always have the mold to use going forward. So these gummies are great for ages 2 and up. They're fun to make, so it's also a great gift item for the holidays for anybody who's got kids or whatever. It's like a great little project to do together, and they get something sweet and fun out of it. The recipe is super simple. There's a few other ingredients that you'll need to purchase, but they're probably things you might even already have at home. So I definitely recommend that one. It's a great product. All the other elderberry products, they come in syrups, they come in tinctures, and they come in capsules. So it's really whatever you prefer, it's available. I personally, when it comes to elderberry especially, am a fan of anything in liquid form. So kind of a little bit of a rule of thumb, but as an herbalist, when something is a fruit or a berry, if you can go with a syrup or a tincture or concentrate like this one, that is always going to be the best way to go. You just tend to get more of the nutrients and the life out of that fruit or berry when it's prepared that way. So Suro's got you covered. They've got lots of great options, plus they're Canadian. So there's something really beautiful too about using a Canadian species of elderberry. It still has all of the great influenza fighting ability of the European version, but it's better to grow native plants in Canada, in our area. So it's there's a lot of good reasons to go with that one instead. So definitely recommend it. Hopefully the cold and flu season isn't too rough on all of us this year. I think it's a bit of a doozy. So be well, get your elderberry, and that's all for now. So you can check out our event page for upcoming webinars and videos, and that's it. Thanks.